So hey, it's been another minute, right? It's still been storming and all kinds of stuff going on, but finally started settling down. And my kids always told me, "Mom, you're like the weather queen. You know, when you get mad, things happen." And it always makes me laugh. But I've noticed when I'm upset, the sky's open. It's almost like I guess Jimi Hendrix said, "The sky is crying," and it is, and it's we're all tied into everything. And a lot of us seem to forget that, you know? It's like I told someone today, you're addicted to drama. I don't do fucking drama, yo. Take that way, 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 way over there. Get away from me. But, kind of changed their tune, like on how they were speaking to me, because I don't do drama. I'm already overworked, tired. We all are. I think most of us aren't necessarily open and honest about it. But anyways, I came more so to share a message that I woke up like 3 days ago, and I heard life is a spectrum. You're going to experience every side of it. And it's almost like you have love and hate. You'll be the narcissist at one point, you'll be the victim at another, you'll be poor, you'll be wealthy, just, you know, ends that always keep going, because you have to be a part of something you don't understand, and then at some point you're going to gain the understanding so that you can perceive it differently. That's where empathy grows. That's where we can learn to see things from each other's perspective, because if we don't see it from each other's perspective, then we're constantly playing the role of the victim or the aggressor, you know, whatever it is. But it's like we have to come into understanding how life works. And you have this life to learn lessons, right? Doesn't mean you're going to learn them. But if you want to get off that karmic wheel that keeps going round and round or round and down, you know, and you want to work your way up, if you want to ascend, then you have to look at life with an open heart. You have to stop being so aggressive. You have to stop being the victim. You have to stop thinking everyone's out to get you. There's different things that we have to do that allow us to raise our vibration. And it's just like on my way to work this morning, I was calling back all of my energy. And of course, asking for that to be transmuted in love and light, because you do not want to receive back your energy that's been with someone that's toxic. And then as that returns to you, you're getting more of their energy than your own. So you have to learn to ask for that to be processed for you, basically, by the universe. And then when you send energy back, it's almost on the same scale, depending on if you want to be vindictive or not. You know, if you want someone to feel your pain, that's where you want to give it back tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, whatever it is. But if you believe in karma, then all you do is, that's not mine. That doesn't belong to me. I don't want it. Send it back, you know, because when you're trying to clear your energy, when you're trying to ground yourself, when you're trying to bring yourself back to your center and be at peace, you can't do that in a toxic mindset. And that toxic mindset is, I want vengeance. I fucking hate that person. They deserve to feel pain. They've brought pain on me. You know, you want retribution. But that's not life. You know, that's an immature mindset. That is something that children do. That, you know, you stole my snack pack. Now I want you to burn in hell for the rest of your life. Whatever it is. But we as adults have to realize that we're all going through the same storms. Maybe not at the same time. Thank the heavens, right? Because if we were all going through the same storms at the same time, we would be way more destructive as human beings. So you have to open up your heart, open up your mind, and understand that everybody's hurting. Everybody's suffering in their own way. We live in the world that's called the shit show. I had to have this conversation with my daughter the other morning about how she's not feeling whole. You know, she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't feel like she belongs in her body. I don't feel like I even own my own mind at this point. I mean, I'm basically a therapist for a lot of broken people. I tend to keep attracting broken people. And I finally had to tell myself the other day, like, I'm done. I'm done dating. I'm done considering the idea of love. I'm not because I don't deserve it, but because it's my energy is being expended in so many ways that I've got to call it back into me. And I think we all get at a point where we feel depleted, drained, scattered, right? Because the more people you know and you put yourself around in all these different places, you're going to start feeling like this. And it's the concept that you can't even own your own mind. And it's because you're sharing with so many people, you know, and you get to a point where each one plucks. It's almost like having a bag of Skittles and everybody wants just one, you know, and in the end you're like, I didn't even get none of my Skittles because you gave it all away. So you get to a point where you can't get that back. We'll consider that was the last bag of Skittles on the planet, you know, that you could have like held on to that. And when you're in a point where you're not comfortable within yourself, that's when you're easily manipulated by others. You know, that's where you get to a point where you let others define you. Their judgment worries you. You have something to prove. That's your ego. When you can learn to say, I don't give a shit what you think about me. I don't really even care if you believe me. Because you're not me and I'm not you, and I don't want to be you. You can't compete where you don't fit in, right? You can't get in where you don't fit in. It's real simple. So if you can learn that you have a table, you know what you bring to the table. And the hardest part for me with this concept of dating is I know what I bring to the table, but there's not a table that I want to sit and eat at, if that makes any sense. It's people that are doing less and wanting more. And it just gets to a point where it's like, you know what, I'll just hold my stuff. I'll hang on to it till something better comes along. And it gets to a point where you just consume it yourself, right? Because if no one's giving you love, you give it to yourself instead of keep going out there and passing it out. Look, I can love you. See? Wow, I love you. I love you. I love you. And at the end of the day, you're going, but how do I feel about me? I don't have anything left for me. So you've got to get to a point where you understand that what you have to offer should come to you first. Because if you're giving it away freely and others aren't capable of giving it back, all you're doing is giving out your, let's say, your free pass to adventure, your free pass to acceptance, your free pass to having a wonderful life full of blessings, right? So the more that we pass out and scatter our good energies and we take back half-assery, I don't know if that's a word, but we take back something that's not equal to what we're giving, eventually you're still going to pour out the cobwebs. You're still going to have nothing to give to yourself to keep passing out into the world, which is where those like, I'm drained, I'm full, I'm drained, I'm full. So it's very important to have a partner that will reciprocate what you have to offer. And if you can't find one, be alone. Because this goes back to feeling it on the full spectrum. Maybe at some point in your life, you weren't as giving as you are now, but you were open to taking, right? Because the takers are taking and the leavers can't even leave anything at this point because the taker is going to come up and take it anyway. So it's like a battle of, what do I get? What about me? Wait, how does this benefit me? But I've learned from more of a spiritual mindset that I'm only going to communicate with people that benefit my higher sense of being. If you have nothing to offer, deuces. Take the L, get the hell out of my life. Because like I've heard several times, I can do bad on my own, but I can do good on my own. I'm building a queendom, and if you don't have a kingdom, bye. Swipe left, swipe left. I was thinking about that driving to work the other day, and all I thought was Tinder. My son told me the other day to join Tinder, and I'm like, you do realize that's just like a sex site, right? Like, I'm not interested in that. I can have sex if I want to have sex. I'm tired of passing out my energy because I know I have a good, wholesome energy. I know the practices that I put into motion in my life. So, therefore, why do I want to hook up with people randomly, strangers at that I don't know, I don't relate to? I'm looking for a happily ever after, a forever, not just a fun time, you know? And there's very few people in this world that I think they actually consider building a future, something that is productive, something that allows them to put their goals into order, something that allows them to have a partner that they can build up and you build each other up, because that is a healthy relationship. It's the toxic relationships that take, and you're just like, I'm so hungry. And they're going, I don't have anything to give you, because they took it all from you. But to go back to the beginning of this, that you're going to feel every spectrum of the scale of life. Don't give up when it's not what you thought it would be. Don't give up when you're learning a hard lesson. Don't give up and give in and just say, I quit. I'm done. Shoot me. I don't want to do it anymore. Because when you quit, that's when it stops. That's when you go back into being a sleeping zombie, is what I call people. But there's nothing that's a driving force for you. Now you've just enslaved yourself to allow others to use your mind to profit them. And it's very hard when you allow yourself to get to that point, because, of course, we all want something great for ourselves, you know? And I had a friend yesterday that sent me pictures of when I was a teenager, and I was like, oh my God, like I forgot all about those moments. And I started looking up friends, and found that one had recently passed away. And it was heartbreaking for me, because that person helped me to regain my self-worth when I had gotten out of a 16-year relationship that was very toxic. And I had to mourn that for a minute, and life is changing, you know? And I was like, man, I don't get it. Everything that I care about is being stripped away from me. But then I had to realize that I'm still loved. There's still that higher power that is always offering that acceptance, that love, that abundance, the things that humans can't necessarily give us, you know? So after my night of bawling my eyes out for more reasons than just the one I shared, but went halfway through the day, and one of my coworkers was like, are you going to keep doing this? And are you still crying about your son leaving? And I was like, it's not even that. I just have issues. Life is very real right now, you know? And it's hard, yes, but at the same time, I have to accept that that is the reality of life. I'm not meant to lay down and grovel and give up. I'm meant to remember what people brought back to me. They're the life that was breathed back into me when I was at my lowest point, you know? So if I can do that for you at any time, just know you're way more valuable than what you give yourself credit for. You're way more lovable than what others will allow you to believe. And you are so much more imaginative than anyone will allow you to like participate in, I guess. Because as children, we're encouraged to be imaginative. As adults, we're encouraged to get real. You've got to make money, right? So I want you to remember to reach out to that inner child in you, that part of you that was like, you know what? There's magic in me. And I want to share it with the world, because the world deserves to believe in something. The world deserves to see something that inspires them to bring out their own creativity, their own imagination, their own goals and mindsets, and the things that can help us just go, I love you. The things that can allow you to sail in a world that's sinking. So hopefully that resonates with somebody. I know I needed to share that. It's been like, nag, nag, nag for a minute now. So sending you peace, love, and light. Talk to you later. Bye bye.